Do you know, as our world is going to start falling apart, you know what the highest demand job is going to be? I mean, if you really, really want to feed your family and all of the economy is going to crash, do you know what the highest paid job is going to be? Law enforcement. The people that are controlling all of this corruption, the more that they kill other people, the more that they destroy things, the more they have people that are going to kind of be a little angry at them. And in their rage and anger, you know, what they're going to do to these people, they're going to kind of need a little bit of security. And they're the ones that have all of the money. So they're going to need an awful lot of security. So, but just look at Hitler's soldiers. You know, they did the same thing. They were out to just survive. They were out to just feed their families. So money is the root of all evil. And while you want to feed your family and take that security job and protect criminals, protect the evil entities of this world, you're only saving yourself as you destroy everybody. Your very action is the only way that they can destroy the economy. If they didn't have security, they couldn't get away with what they're doing. If they couldn't get away with what they're doing, everything would be changed. Laws would actually mean something. I favorited a video that's very hard to watch. It's called Operation Iraqi Freedom, The Beautiful People graphic. Now, it's a really, really hard video to look at, but force yourself to look at it. This is what we do with humanity, is we don't want to look at the bad stuff. We always want to look at just what's good at something. And while we shut our eyes to the realities that are going on, we don't gain the understanding to solve some major problems. Now, anybody that's in law enforcement or these security guards for the G-20, you got to ask yourself, what makes them take that job? First, we've identified money. Second, they probably got trapped into believing that they want to protect people, which is kind of hard to understand. You're protecting evil, and everybody else that's getting harmed by evil is the ones that needs protection. So you're not protecting the right side, which means you're going to destroy the whole friggin' planet. I mean, the only way these few people can get away with what they're doing is because of the security that they can afford to buy. And as long as the highest paid jobs, you know, in the future are going to be security, it's not them that is destroying everybody. It's actually the security guards that are doing it all. And they're doing it all by, hey, I got to feed my family too. Well, take another job. You know, be part of the change. Don't allow them to destroy the economic systems. Everybody on the planet needs food, but your action is preventing everybody else from having the opportunity to have food. Anybody that's in the justice system, anybody, you know, that's involved in the policing, you don't know what you're doing. You are trapped into thinking that you're doing something right, but you're actually perpetuating crime. You're encouraging crime. You're protecting criminals, and you can't even see it. The law is made and designed so victims can never be heard. Just for BP, I mean, they're going to wipe out half of the eastern states. All of the southern states are going to be gone, and all of the eastern states are going to be gone with all of that poison they're putting over that oil. And they're going to encourage larger hurricanes. Those winds are going to carry all of that poison up. Going to be slow death because it'll be cancer. And the way the laws are set up is you got to prove in a justice system that your cancer was created because of the poison BP oil put in there. Now, money talks, money has the power, so they can just constantly put off court cases until you're dead. So they know perfectly well that they don't have to be financially responsible for anything that they're doing. Because as long as it's going to kill you, you can't complain about it. And as long as there's no complaints, there's no way that they need to be accountable. And then let's just play this out. If they're going to wipe out most of the planet, then what? What is going to be left? Who's going to survive? Who's going to be the ones that are going to do the work for you? I mean, if it's a slave mentality and serve the masters, do you really think that the ones that are going to survive, the ones that are going to watch you kill everybody off, are going to be your slave now? Like, where is the logic in that? Who are the ones that you think are going to survive? All of the greedy, greedy people? Greed started this. So if greed is the only one that's going to survive, greed will perpetuate the same problem over and over again. So even if you wipe out most of the planet now, then you got to have another plan and wipe out more people in another, what, 1,000 years. I mean, is it going to be a perpetuating, we got to wipe out most of the people? Or do we wipe out just the few that are causing the problem? Like if we just either change the way you think about how you solve problems, or realize you are the problem. And when you want to do what's right for the planet, like wipe out, why don't we wipe out the right types of people? Not wipe out the ones that you brainwashed into having all of these people. I mean, sex sells. What does the corporate world do? They use marketing, and every aspect of the marketing involves sex. And that brainwashes you to have more and more and more sex, which means that we're going to multiply our population. So you can look at the end result, the guys that were programmed to have more and more babies. And yet it's the guys at the top that are brainwashing you into having these babies. But the guys that are at the bottom are going to always look like they're the ones that are causing the problem. And it's like, no, we are the energy force that you earned your money from. And if you didn't need to earn that money, if you weren't that greedy, then our population wouldn't be, expanding. And you wouldn't have to kill most of the planet. So it's like, try and reflect in a mirror and see where you are the cause of your own problems, and wiping everybody else out is not going to solve nothing. You're still going to live in the same problem, if not worse, because whoever's going to be left is going to be well educated. They've already seen this happen once with Hitler, and now they're going to be seeing it twice. Their bodies will not be able to function. They will develop a mental illness that will prevent them from even functioning. So they will not be able to serve you at all. And unless you're growing your own food and making your own food and touching your own food, I wouldn't trust anybody that was left, frankly, because, you're teaching them exactly how to kill. And don't be surprised when they turn around and possibly kill you. I am not one of them. I am one of them that's saying, wake up, because what you're doing is killing yourself.